Okay, so in these last couple minutes, I just want to sort of sum up what we did, what we talked about, how it sort of relates back to that social justice issue, the objectification of women. Um, so, what do you guys think about what we did? Can the story and the character and the message um, sort of remain intact if the musicality of the song doesn't objectify whoever is singing it? Not really.
I don't think it can because I think you need the music to be like responding to what you're singing constantly to like make the song what it's supposed to be and what it's supposed to show.
Do you think that there's any? This might be a tough question. Just think off the top of your head, but is there any musical theater or anything that you've come across that where it's unnecessary for it to be that overtly sexual? Like the message is not about that.
Oh
I know
God.
it's a hard question, but I'm sure that
There's
you've come
somebody in
across
the
it.
musical out there that's like, you don't need to be sexual, that doesn't help with the
Musical.
storyline. It's
Bam.
not sexual,
I know. Musical isn't sexual at all.
but there's no sexual part.
Yeah, Maisie. Maisie's pretty sexual.
She was just a
Well, let's and we were talking about Beauty and the Beast kind of,
Yep.
and like that is kind of like the cute sexy, I guess you could say, because it's just like, oh, I like you.
Yeah.
And so like you don't need to be over the top for that.
Right. So Belle doesn't need to be like this vixen.
Yeah.
Right. So and there very well maybe some productions where she has been portrayed that way, and
It's my favorite Disney princess.
she is pretty great. So do you guys think that a sexually overt version of all that jazz that we just did, performed by you teenagers, have any ramifications for the audience or the school board or the students?
Makes the school board happy. The students probably won't be spun out. They kind of got a lot of laugh just because it was sexual, and if you knew the people, you're like, oh my gosh, that's not what you do.
I don't think it was like a good choice or whatever because I think there were so many like things that had to be changed in the original thing to make it high school appropriate, even though it wasn't high school appropriate.
Right.
But to
So
make
you're
it kind
saying
of on a level.
compromising the show.
Yeah, and like I think even though the school board said okay to it, there were still like even when the little preview thing came around, they were still like you can't do this, like you need to like, and they didn't think I think long term what they would have to change and like what would have to happen to make it.
Right.
I think that like the changing of the show, it like didn't, it like wasn't actually Chicago. It was like this very version of Chicago. I know that like directors have like their artistic vision, like they changed to it, but it's like there are so many things that we had to like stay in like a little box. Like Sam said, like they couldn't do like the bed scene like they wanted to because you had to like stay in like this judgment-free zone from the parents and from the people who are funding the school.
Right.
When we got this guy come, and one of the regional district schools is in Chicago too, and we got him to come and watch it, and he wrote a letter to us. It's on the top of the school. He's talking about how he did things differently, how when we didn't hang Hunyak, we put her in a magic box and she disappeared. He's like, well, you opt out for the safer route, but we're gonna actually do a silhouette of her being actually hung. And he's like, because you didn't want to take the risk. But then he's like, but we're not gonna say shit because we're not comfortable with that being said. But we're totally gonna hang her, and we're gonna make the costume totally rompy.
So why are certain things okay and certain things aren't?
Like hanging a girl is so
But
fine, but not
I feel like
swearing.
by saying that it's like girls can wear short shirts and that's fine, like inappropriate outfits, but they can't swear.
Right.
It's like it's what we're talking about. It's like
It's kind of
why
like
is that
you
okay? Why is this bad?
It's like you can't have like half of one thing, you know. It's like I think like the magic boxing was like a good compromise because the show is kind of like a little bit like mystical and like
circusy parts in it.
yeah, it's like that kind of like element thing, but it's like the inappropriateness of having like a girl hung to like the inappropriateness of just like short shorts and like you know like the flapper image. It's like completely different. Like, you can't have half of like one thing. You have to have like the whole thing to make it right.
So when we were singing the song, did you feel like a little bit uncomfortable doing the sexy singing as opposed to just singing it normal, like how you would normally sing?
You
it
had to
today?
kind of get into it.
It's more fun though when you got
More
into
fun.
a certain spot where you knew it. You had to like tell us we need to do it more because we weren't.
I think like the first time when we all did it, we were like, are we doing it right? Like, I think we're doing it fine, and then you were like, no, you have to go over the top, and like even the second time you're like, is this better? But then like I think once you like just let yourself go and got into it, it was fine. But like seeing it for the first time, trying to do that was like really uncomfortable.
Right, because you're not used to
Yeah.
feeling like, oh, I'm gonna be sexy now, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of weird. So how are you guys gonna, now that we've talked about all this stuff, how are you gonna think about musical theater differently in the future?
It's all about the Chicago, having fun show. It's just as stunning, just as amazing, but not as scandalous to follow up for next year. Like, we have to choose something where we can still push our limits without changing our image and what we're comfortable with. But we have to find something like
You can't get any like more raunchy than Chicago though. It's like unless we're gonna do like a hooker show where like, everyone's like naked on stage. Yeah, if we did hair, like that'd be like
I
totally.
feel like I feel like what we've learned about musical theater is like you really the show itself is for Chicago it's made for adults, and that when you try to convert it to high school it doesn't work in aspects because you have to like in order for Chicago to be Chicago you have to keep everything the same, and since it's a high school you have to change things so it like work a bit different at some points too.
if there's a launch for high school and then like I was talking about she's like, how do you change AIDS to inappropriate like make it chickenpox?
Right.
It's like you can't compromise that show. How do you compromise parts of this show?
It's like you can't. It's like some parts you can take away from a show, but it's like other parts like you need to have like just like the show in general like be good. You know, it's like if they chose like not short shorts and like they didn't have like the flapper look, like it wouldn't be Chicago. It'd be something completely different.
So how do you think that the way that women are portrayed in Chicago, how do you think that this is gonna affect maybe like a younger girl that came and saw the show?
They're gonna think that they can get away with anything, and
Yeah.
like being this way is okay, which it's not.
Barbie dolls. It's like it's okay to be a brat still who doesn't wear clothing. And then like those are so awful. Like if you see what they're wearing, their shorts don't cover anything.
Yeah.
They have even though it said PG-13 on the side, a lot of when I was in the audience, a lot of young kids were there, and like when you're younger, you idolize everyone.
Yeah.
Like you put everyone on a pedestal. They're like, oh, she sings really well. I want to be like her. And like if you're wearing like a leotard as an outfit, you're gonna change and
Right.
So you want to idolize yourself like after that person. It's kind of like what Sam was saying. It's kind of like which toy is going to be like the better choice. I mean, like Barbies, like they aren't so good because like they're all like really, really skinny and they're blonde and blah blah blah. It's like that's not good. But it's like compared to the Bratz doll, they're basically sluts. Like come on, like their clothes and like their eye makeup are horrible. Like they're just nasty dolls. But it's kind of like if I'm gonna see somebody wearing like almost nothing on stage and then being this way towards men, like that's how that girl's gonna grow up.
Same musically wise, they'll sing more.
They'll sing more raunchy.
Right, and maybe
rather than pure
and they could possibly hurt their
And like they
voice.
want to sound like them, but they won't sound healthy because they won't know where they are.
Cause like they're pushing it, and then they're just like singing like so low, and like they don't know yet because you know how like some kinds of girls just like go home, just like sing in their rooms, like they're gonna try and sing like that, and then they're gonna hurt themselves.
Right, exactly, and possibly embarrass themselves or do something bad and
I think is okay.
attract people that maybe they don't want to attract. So I think that it's important that we recognize that there are ramifications for certain things, such as the musical for teenagers that really is meant for adults. And I thank you guys for coming and helping me show that sometimes it's necessary to show the time period, sometimes it's not. So thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks. Bye. Give Renee.